Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man, and welcome to this video tip separating buyers and sellers at closing. Basically, I'm going to just give you a quick tip on how the buyer and seller don't have to ever see each other, which makes your transaction go a lot smoother. But before I get into that, remember I have all the videos here on YouTube at my channel, Teach Me Flipping. You just have to go to YouTube and do a search for Teach Me Flipping, all one word. Over 100 videos there, free content. You know, I still offer the course and coaching on wholesaling houses and apartments now. With this particular video, I have a special offer for only 5 people. First come, first serve. When I get 5, I'm going to cut it off. So it's only going to be open for a couple of days. Whether I get 5 people or not, so it's going to be up to you all to take advantage of it. But you'll get the course, but I'll walk you through one deal. This is, I guess you would say, a holiday special because it's only going to be $97. It's going to be a first come, first serve. I'm only taking on 5 people. So you can go to theflipman.com. If you watch this video on YouTube, it'll be in the description. Just click the link, or you'll see it here, probably on the video, theflipman.com. You can call or text me 205-492-3425. But on with the actual tip. Well, whenever you're setting up a closing, we're going to fast forward here. We'll assume that you have a buyer in place, you have a seller in place, which simply means that you have a contract with your seller, you have a contract with your buyer. Okay, all that information will be forwarded to the title company. I have what I call a closing detail sheet, which identifies who is the buyer, who is the seller, the property, who gets paid what, how your assignment fee is paid, what earnest money has been issued, who pays the closing costs, and so on. Okay, assuming that you have a date and time set, the way that you will handle separating the two where they won't ever actually meet each other. Sometimes it'll happen naturally because either the seller will be an out-of-town seller, or the buyer will be an out-of-town buyer, maybe even both in some cases. Now, let me just say this also. Now, some situations it won't permit this, but for the most part, you can do this. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to have to do this anyway. You're going to have to build relationships with your cash buyer. I know some people like to use the term end buyer, which I hate that term. With your cash buyer, or end buyer, as they say. As I said, I don't really particularly like to go, who else is the buyer going to be if it's not your investor, which is the cash buyer. But anyway, so you're going to have to build a relationship because you want to build a relationship with all of your buyers because they're going to be repeat buyers. So your buyer will understand that they'll have to simply do this. We'll say the closing for your buyer is at 12 noon. The closing for your seller is at 2 p.m. The reason that the buyer needs to come in first, because number one, you need to make sure that the deal is funded, which that's what your buyer will take care of. Your cash buyer will take care of. So they'll come in, all the paperwork and documents will be prepared for them to sign, and that's where they'll actually sign the documents. The deal will be funded. That includes the purchase price, and in most cases, all of the closing costs or whatever you had agreed upon. And then at 2 p.m., 2 hours later, and the reason you want to give that much time, you just want to give enough time just in case something happens. But you also want to give enough time where something happens on the seller's end where they can't make it there before the title company closes. Most close at 5 p.m. So the seller will come in and sign their paperwork. Once that happens, the checks are already prepared for the seller and you as the wholesaler. So the buyers come in, sign the necessary documents that they need to sign. They funded the deal either through a cashier's check or wire to the title company or the closing attorney. And then 2 hours later, the seller comes in and signs their paperwork, picks up their check. Title company calls you. What do you want me to send your money, or do you want to come pick it up? I'm always going to pick mine up. What else do I have to do? So it's really that simple. So you'll make your buyer aware that they're going to come in at 12 to sign the paper. Sometimes they may not want to do that. That's fine if everyone has to sit in the room. But most don't care. They really don't want to meet them anyway. They just want to know if they're going to be able to obtain the property, which that's what the title company / closing attorney will take care of. But it's really that simple to set up the closing where you're separating your buyer and seller where they don't ever have to see each other. That's the tip. Remember, you can take advantage. I'm only taking 5, first come, first serve. So most time, most people, some of these offers that I put out here within the videos, they move on them quickly. So you want to be one of those to take advantage of that $97 through one deal. You get the course, but you also get me to coach you through one deal. You get the wholesaling house and wholesaling apartment. You can get that at theflipman.com. Get it now. Get it now. Get it now. It's a special offer.